Silence your cell phones now.
Welcome, King James. I am the king of this domain.
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball. Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei, place to be chosen, Mr. Andy. Back to give you guys a movie experience for the most anticipated basketball film of the year. Obviously, since the movie's been coming out 2 years ago, we're going to be talking about Space Jam: A New Legacy. Space Jam: A New Legacy, directed by Malcolm D. Lee, is now the sequel to the 1996 movie Space Jam. This time it's starring basketball superstar LeBron James. I also made sure I show Legends Never Die here with Kobe over here. So this iteration of Space Jam is that LeBron James is in the Warner Bros. Studio, and then he gets his son Dom gets kidnapped by Don Cheadle, who plays his villain named Algie Rhythm. And now he has to play this game of basketball to get his son back, but he has to team up with the Looney Tunes to go beat Algie Rhythm in a simple game of basketball to get his son back. So here's the thing. Before we go all deep into this review, I'm letting you guys know right now, I am not a movie critic. I'm just a guy who loves movies. And the movie experience was built for me to just have an outlet to come in here and talk about movies I hate and I don't like. And Space Jam is getting a lot of, it's getting worked over online a lot right now. And to a degree, I agree with them. And some I don't. But right now, I'm going to just give you, this is my personal opinion about the movie. And I have to say that about it. It's my personal opinion about the movie, whether you like it or not. But like I said, film is subjective. We have to remember that. People like films, people don't like films. And I'm not holding the original Space Jam up to a high regard because that movie was not great either. So I just wanted to put it out there before I get into my good, my bad, and my experience with Space Jam: A New Legacy. So without any further ado, let's start off with the good. All right, when it comes to the good of Space Jam: A New Legacy, I'm going to start off with LeBron James. Before I sit there and say, LeBron James, man, this man is a
Shakespearean actor.
No, I'm not saying that at all about LeBron James. What I'm saying about LeBron is that he's more suitable than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, he's not a good actor neither, but it seemed like he didn't want to be there. LeBron is not a good actor, especially when it comes to him trying his facial expressions, or when he has to try to do serious stuff. But the thing about LeBron is, I like LeBron's because he can do comedy, because he was good at Trainwreck.
Pay the whole thing. Just pay your part. It's better for our friendship. Equals forever.
Put my credit card in. Put a credit card in. We'll split it. You. Fuck you.
I think I left my wallet.
Fuck you.
It's right in the car.
And in my personal opinion, if anybody ever seen the LeBrons, like the little skit he used to do back in the day,
I want to write it, direct it, produce it.
Come on, Pops. I ain't got all day. It's almost over. Yeah, long time. Oh.
4.6.
4.6. I didn't ask you how tall you was.
I thought he was really funny in it. But when it comes to drama or tries to, show, he's not an actor, so he's a basketball player, and they do kind of make fun of themselves and pinpoint that in the movie. So I was cool with that. But the one thing I loved about it is that he just looks like he's having more fun with this than Michael Jordan. And, so Michael Jordan is in there
What's going on here?
And it's hard to act when you're around these kind of things that are not there. And there's a point in the movie where they turned LeBron animated, which I think was a smart move to do because of how Space Jam turned out, where Michael had to act around these things that wasn't there, it wasn't talking, and you could just see, how it wasn't working. But LeBron goes animated. I think that when he's animated with Bugs Bunny for that time, it works because they can draw his facial expression or anything, and it makes the acting more better than it is when he's just out there by himself. So I enjoyed all that kind of stuff. I enjoy what they do with the Looney Tunes in this movie also, because the Looney Tunes are broken up because it's 2021. Nobody's watching Looney Tunes anymore. And I was wondering how are they going to do Space Jam with Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes to play it out? But I like how the Looney Tunes are all on other Warner Brothers properties, and they have to go round up the Looney Tune. from these different Warner Brothers properties of what they've been doing over the past years, because Bug was on Toontown by himself. And I thought that was like, I was like, wow, man, I didn't know it was going to go that way, but I was like, okay, that's kind of dope, because I was like, they all going to come there and beat Looney Tunes. Like, why won't we do this played out kind of thing with Looney Tunes? But I see why. That's something I liked about it also. Don Cheadle as Algae Rhythm is Don Cheadle is like, I get to finally have a day off. I don't got to be roadie. I ain't got to be Academy Award winning Don Cheadle. I just get to have fun with this movie. And that's what Don Cheadle is doing. I love it. He just going there, being Algae Rhythm. He's being funny. He's just being himself. And I love it. And that's one thing I like about him. You know, he's a versatile actor like that. He has range. It's like he has a day off. This movie's not meant to be taken seriously. This movie is not meant to be an Academy Award winning. That's not what this movie is for. Also, another good thing I liked about it is Zendaya. Zendaya plays Lola Bunny in this one, and I was like, okay, because I like the art they give Zendaya, and she works out well with Zendaya. Is going to the moon right now. You know what I'm saying? She has a lot of great things in her future coming up. So Zendaya does Lola Bunny. She is excellent in the role. Those are the big standouts when it comes to the things I like about the movie. They do turn the Looney Tunes 3D at one point. I thought it was kind of cool. And this thing, I can't believe I'm saying this, to a certain degree, makes more sense than Space Jam, like the first one. And I'm like, people may be sitting there saying, how? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, okay? But I'm just like, they're probably saying, how is it bad? Like, because it's more of a family dynamic. I did not get any family dynamic with Jordan in the first Space Jam movie at all. I got none of it. With LeBron, I get the family dynamic of it, and it's like, okay, we know, if y'all know basketball, because like I said, I love basketball, I play basketball. Bonnie James, that's the son that's going to be in the league eventually. But his youngest son, he's like, I'm into technology. This is what I do. He invented his own game, and I'm like, but LeBron's all headstrong about getting him to basketball, and it was like it's a struggle of him trying to be, you know, your King James, and when you are a basketball player of his caliber, everybody's gonna be looking at you like, why don't your kids play basketball? That's how it is with anybody that's so high or so well loved or well received in the public eye. Such as people look at Magic Johnson, so you're like, why is you've seen Magic Johnson, son, and you're like, why does he play ball? But he wants to do something else. He doesn't want to play basketball. But he's Magic Johnson. Why isn't it? It's not like somebody like Kwame Brown. And nobody care what his kids is doing. Go play basketball at school. Be better than your daddy. But if not, cool. But LeBron James, it's that best way. When you're like, you're LeBron James' kid, you expected him to be able to dunk on you or something like that. That's not the case. He's really into it. So I love how they play on that dynamic and how his mind gets played, you know, as we're going through the movie. Then we get, of course, a lot of the NBA and WNBA stars that's going to be here as the Goon Squad, opposed to the Monstars type thing. Diana Taurasi, Anthony Davis, Dave Dollar, Klay Thompson, Chide. I can't pronounce her last name because her last name, I don't want to butcher her last name. These are the ones that we have in the story this time. I thought it was kind of cool. I like the Monstars better, but I thought these were kind of cool. Now, that's mostly it for my good of the thing. Oh, well then, of course, there's one big Warner Brothers flex. Also, I was just like, go ahead, flex your stuff. I actually like when they were traveling to go get the tune. That's when I enjoy going to see them go to different Warner Brothers properties, from Matrix and Austin Powers and DC and Themyscira and all that kind of stuff like that. But now let's go into the bad about the movie. I think I was pretty fair on the good part of the movie, but the bad, there is still some bad movie. The movie is cheating. It's a bad movie. It's not a masterpiece. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece, just like Space Jam wasn't. But the thing is, you got to be honest with yourself. We look at these things with rose-colored glasses a lot of times, or nostalgia-colored glasses. Like, my 8-year-old self loved Space Jam. That was the infamous thing about Space Jam. I loved it. But then, looking at it as a 33-year-old, I'm like, God, Space Jam is bad. Because I'm looking through a different lens. I look at this movie, I'm just like, all right, it's not really a great movie, but 8-year-old me will probably love this movie, just like my 11-year-old son and my 2-year-old daughter love this movie. And it's understandable. That's what it's for. And I think we try to compare and try to put Space Jam so high because it's so nostalgic. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But Space Jam got the same problems this one do, but I think this one tries to address some of the problems of Space Jam a lot better than Space Jam does. I don't like how the NBA and WNBA players didn't get as much screen time as I would have hoped, like the Monstars did. But I understand that the final game that they play is broke. I'm like, okay, there was a point I was just like, can we just get back to regular basketball? Okay, because that was the game back in the day. But this one, it's just so like, it's like this is his son's game that he created. And I'm like, I can tell this be by a 12-year-old because this is how my son would create a game. Cheating. I swear, there's no logic to be done. And there was just a lot. I was like to the point where I wanted to get back to them playing just like, the regular kind of game. I like to see LeBron do some, LeBron basketball stuff, to be honest with you. Like how Jordan was actually playing on the court. You know what I'm saying? I felt as though we could have, got a good amount of that from LeBron, and even, I don't know, man. I was like, this thing is just so broke. I was like, it got together. But then we have the Warner Brothers crowd around it, and it's to the point like, you see all the Warner Brothers properties, but they don't look like the Warner Brothers properties. So, and then there are some that I'm just like, this is an eyesore. Get him off my screen. So then some like, oh, that's Pennywise. Oh, that's the mask. But there's some that I'm like, get this off the screen and never show me him again. Okay, because that's how I felt. Some things could be kind of distracting when it comes to that. I think the movie is a little bit on the longer side. I'm like, me personally, I'm like, it could have been a little bit shorter, or it could have been spaced out more. I think the pacing is off because I think like the basketball game came kind of quick, and it's like we're like an hour into this game, and I'm just like, this game don't need to be this long, okay? Especially with how confusing and how over the top the game was. I was like, yeah, me personally, that ain't for me personally. I mean, Warner Bros. Is marketing the hell out of HBO Max in this movie, but a lot of things that bothers people, that doesn't bother me at all. Okay, it's like, it's so what? It's marketing. I mean, you're going to do that. It's a business. That's the kind of, I like having a Warner Bros. Properties in the audience, and but I was just like, there's some that are annoying and distracting, let's say, to me. So with that, I want to go on to the experience. All right, so when it comes to the experience, we had a watch party over at my house. And I was just like, I'm not going to the movies to buy Space Jam. I'm going to watch it right here on HBO Max. Okay, so I was like, all the Warner Bros. Stuff this year, I'm watching on HBO Max. Okay, and I know with being back in the theaters, and some things I want to be safe on, but sometimes I was like, I'd rather just everybody come over here and watch it here. And we did that, and had to say it, I watched it twice. The first time I watched it with just me by myself so I could study the movie. Another time I watched it to have a good time. And I watched it a third time with my kids. And I was like, for what it is, I enjoyed the movie. It ain't a masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? It's not that, but I'm like, for what it is, I enjoyed it. LeBron James is the greatest actor, but LeBron brings something to this movie that Michael Jordan did not bring, and that's heart, character, and give a damn. So that's what that helps out with this movie, and it's an interesting take on telling a story about characters who nobody gives a shit about anymore, to be honest with you. So when it comes to Space Jam, A New Legacy, at first I was going to give it a hashtag, give it a chance, but I'm sorry, I know y'all not going to agree with me. Y'all probably going to berate me in the comments, but I think I'm actually going to give it a very, very low B minus. For what it is, it was fine. It's suitable. It doesn't insult me. As for what it is, I don't have to hate everything because everybody else hates the movies. There's a lot of movies I like that everybody else hated, and I was on that side of the coin. It was fine to me. I enjoyed PBS, the theatrical run, more than anybody else did. But then when the Ultimate Edition came out, I really enjoyed that. And everybody got on me for that, and it's cool. And by the way, the original Space Jam soundtrack, leaps and bounds better than this new soundtrack. I'm sorry, the Space Jam soundtrack is iconic. Right here in the case, okay. This is one of the greatest movie soundtracks ever, okay? And I recommend y'all try to find this one opposed to the new one, okay? Post your comments down below. How did you guys enjoy Space Jam 2? I'm pretty sure I already know how y'all felt about it. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Please don't dislike because y'all dislike my opinion. But please hit the subscribe button for more movie experiences every single weekend right here on the Nerd Coalition. And once again, we should be probably getting our review of the 1996 version of Space Jam hopefully tomorrow. So once again, this is NC Place to Be, Joe Troy, Mr. A&D, and I'll see you at the movies.